When it comes to Rolex, the name itself conjures images of luxury, precision, and timeless design. But what about the watch is so rare, so exclusive, that they're practically untouchable? These aren't just timepieces. They are pieces of history, symbols of status, and the ultimate collector's dream. Let's take a journey through the top 5 Rolex watches that you will never own, unless you've got millions to burn and connections that rival royalty. Anyway, number 1, the Rolex Baudai, reference 6062. Picture this. It's 1954 in Geneva, Switzerland. Amid high-stakes peace talks to resolve the Indochina conflict, the last emperor of Vietnam, Baudai, takes a break from diplomacy to shop for a watch. He walks into a Rolex boutique and requests the rarest and most precious timepiece they have. The result? The Rolex Baudai, a triple calendar moon phase in yellow gold, featuring a black lacquered dial adorned with diamond markers at the even hours. This extraordinary configuration is one of only 3 ever made, with Baudai's being the sole model featuring this exact design. It is the epitome of sophistication, blending gold, diamonds, and Rolex's precise craftsmanship. A true watch fit for royalty. Well, fast forward to 2002, when the Baudai made history by selling at auction for $235,000. But that was just the beginning. In 2017, it reemerged, sparking a fierce bidding war before hammering for $5,060,427 at Phillips, becoming the most expensive Rolex ever sold at the time. Its rarity and provenance make it irreplaceable. Unlike other Rolex 6062 models, like those with white dials or stelline star hour markers, the Baudai stands alone. This watch is a piece of history, worn by royalty and cherished by collectors. Its unmatched legacy cements its place as a grail among grails. Owning it is more than just a dream. It's an impossibility for most. Number 2, Rolex Milsub Submariner, reference number 5517. From royalty to rugged utility, the Rolex Milsub, short for Military Submariner, was designed not for show, but for survival. Commissioned by the British Ministry of Defense in the 1970s, it was built for elite military divers who needed a watch tough enough to withstand the harshest of conditions. This isn't your typical Submariner. The Milsub is packed with features that set it apart. Sword-shaped hands for better underwater visibility, a fully graduated bezel for precise timing, and fixed spring bars that ensure the strap stays securely attached even in the most extreme environments. It is the ultimate tool watch, purpose-built for professionals. What makes the Milsub truly legendary is its rarity. Only a few hundred were ever produced, and many were lost or destroyed in action. Those that survived are highly sought after, with examples fetching upwards of $250,000 at auction. One such model, a reference 5513-5517 from 1975, sold at Bonham's Knightsbridge for a jaw-dropping $268,000, while another double-stamped version sold at Christie's for $223,000, complete with its original dial and bezel. These watches aren't just timepieces, they are artifacts of military history. Owning a Milsub is akin to holding a piece of naval legacy, with each scratch and detail telling a story. Whether worn by Royal Navy divers or displayed in private collections, the Milsub is a symbol of Rolex's unparalleled craftsmanship and connection to the world's elite. Number 3, Rolex Daytona Paul Newman, reference 6239. This isn't just a watch, it is a legend. The Rolex Daytona Paul Newman is as much a cultural phenomenon as it is a masterpiece of horology. Its fame, all thanks to actor, race car driver, and all-around style icon Paul Newman, who turned an overlooked timepiece into the holy grail of vintage watches. Back in the 1960s, the exotic Art Deco-inspired dial, now called the Paul Newman dial, wasn't exactly a crowd pleaser. Dealers struggled to sell these models, and they gathered dust on the shelves. But when Paul Newman himself was photographed wearing one, everything changed. The once ignored design skyrocketed in value, becoming synonymous with timeless cool. The crown jewel of them all, Newman's personal Daytona, a gift from his wife, engraved with the words, "Drive carefully, me." This particular watch became the ultimate collector's item, For decades, it remained elusive, hidden in plain sight on the wrist of James Cox, a former boyfriend of Newman's daughter. In 2017, it resurfaced at a Phillips auction and shattered records, selling for a jaw-dropping $17.8 million after buyer premiums, making it the most expensive Rolex ever sold. What makes the Paul Newman Daytona so special isn't just its scarcity or design, it's the story behind it. From its Hollywood connection to its meteoric rise in value, this watch is a testament to how one man's charisma can turn a forgotten object into a global icon. Owning one? Well, that's a dream most of us can only race after. Number 4. Rolex GMT Master Pepsi Pan Am Prototype. The Rolex GMT Master Pepsi is an aviation legend. Born in the 1950s out of a collaboration with Pan Am Airways, this timepiece was specifically designed to address the unique challenges faced by pilots navigating multiple time zones. In an era where intercontinental travel was a novelty, the GMT Master was a revolutionary tool watch that set the standard for functionality and style. Its nickname, the Pepsi, comes from its distinctive red and blue bezel, which was both eye-catching and practical. The contrasting colors allowed pilots to quickly differentiate between day and night hours, a crucial feature during long-haul flights across different time zones. However, the true gems of this series are the rare Pan Am prototypes, which featured experimental bezel materials and color configurations. These early versions were never mass-produced and remain some of the rarest Rolex models in existence. Unlike the production models that followed, these prototypes boast subtle but significant differences, making them a holy grail for collectors. Most are safeguarded in museums or locked away in private collections, rarely surfacing in the public domain. When they do appear, they command astronomical prices, often exceeding $1 million at auction. But the GMT Master is more than just a collector's dream. It is a nod to the golden age of aviation, a time when air travel was synonymous with luxury and innovation. Wearing a GMT Master Pepsi today is like strapping a piece of history to your wrist, connecting you to a legacy of exploration, style, and exclusivity that defined an entire generation. With its unmistakable design and unmatched heritage, the GMT Master remains an icon, reminding us that while planes may have soared higher, some treasures are grounded in timeless craftsmanship. And number 5, Rolex Submariner Big Crown, reference 6538. Last but certainly not least, we have the Rolex Submariner Big Crown, also known as the James Bond Submariner. Featured prominently on Sean Connery's wrist in early Bond films like Dr. No, this watch isn't just a tool for divers, it is a cinematic legend. The Big Crown gets its name from its oversized winding crown, which lacks the crown guards that are seen on later models. Its gilt dial, red triangle bezel insert, and simple, robust design make it one of the most iconic dive watches ever made. Thanks to its screen time and rarity, early examples of the Big Crown can sell for $500,000 or more at auction. It is a watch that embodies adventure, sophistication, and a touch of danger, all things that we associate with the Bond persona. The Submariner 6538 is a highly sought-after Rolex reference, and it occasionally appears on the auction block. In 2012, a mint-condition reference 6538 sold for $92,000 at auction at Christie's, while a Tiffany-signed Submariner 6538 went for $284,500 later that year. Now, why will you never own these watches? So what makes these Rolexes so unattainable? It is a potent mix of extreme rarity, jaw-dropping prices, and their near-mythical status in the world of horology. Most of these masterpieces are locked away in private collections or displayed in museums, far from the grasp of even the wealthiest watch enthusiasts. Simply having the money to buy one doesn't guarantee ownership. You're going to need a network of elite connections, immense patience, and, let's face it, a stroke of luck to even have a shot at acquiring one. But here's the thing. These watches are more than just tools for telling time. They are symbols of craftsmanship, innovation, and history. Each piece carries with it an extraordinary story, whether it's tied to an emperor making history, an actor who became synonymous with sophistication, or a military diver braving the depths of the ocean. These Rolexes are cultural artifacts, representing milestones not just in watchmaking, but in human achievement. When you look at these watches, you're not just admiring fine mechanics, you're peering into the past. They tell tales of aviation's golden age, royal grandeur, cinematic allure, and daring adventures. They are reminders of moments that shaped history and of individuals who lived extraordinary lives. For most of us, owning one of these legendary timepieces will remain a dream. But perhaps that's part of the allure. These Rolexes represent the pinnacle of aspiration, leaving us in awe of their legacy and what they stand for. And isn't that what true luxury is all about? And there you have it, the top 5 Rolex watches that you'll likely never own. Each one is a masterpiece, a story, and a slice of history. So, which one of these 5 caught your eye the most? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to respond to every single one of you. Like and subscribe if you love elegant timepieces. And if you don't subscribe, that means I'm just going to have to wait another day to onboard you. Who knows? Maybe your Grail watch is just around the corner. Or at least on your screen. See you at the next one.